here's the bed corona, and this is the part that I wanted you to have as much information as you could on how we planned this to go on the wall. So here we go.
Here we go. All right. So, just like with the bathroom, a paper pattern. There's a paper pattern for this too, and I'll include this in there. This shows the outline of what this is and where the frame is. So anyway, let's see. Okay. God, how should we do this? All right. So what it is these drapery panels and this crown are all attached to each other. I guess we probably should just show them here. Should I take it down? Just take the whole thing down? Just take this part down?
Oh, I don't think so. Why don't you show them how it gathers up to that corner and goes onto the tie back. Is that on Italian stringing too?
Well, no, not really. Okay, the thing about this frame here and this whole cutout area right here, like this, this goes behind the headboard. The headboard is cleated to the wall. This, I don't know if you can see this pencil line right here on here. This indicates where this cutout needed to be, so that then the headboard sits up here. All of this fabric goes behind the headboard. This much of this is behind the headboard. This whole area right here, all tucks behind it. Underneath here is this wooden frame that this fabric got draped on. Okay? And this frame then gets attached to the wall. That's how we figured it. The first thing that you would do is, when you go in to do this, is first, I guess you got to determine where you're going to be able to drill into the wall in order to support this thing. What I used to hang this first with are these metal straps. That's what's supporting this first. So these metal straps would go up first. After the metal straps go up, then this back wall piece should go on the wall. Okay, and then this whole thing gets attached, made square, and then put this crown on there. This one is just attached with set screws, but I don't know if you should actually drill through and bolt it down, because this whole thing just sits right below the crown molding in their bedroom. Okay, so after that, this back wall gets put on. Okay, this all gets then set behind the headboard. Then these curtain panels, let me get some pins. Okay. Okay. Then this curtain panel, see this is loose, this right here. What you're going to have to do, or however you want to do it really, because once this gets put up here, this isn't going anywhere. But with this right here, I would just take and just pin this into this back wall, into this
frame,
just right back here, into this other fabric that's back here. Yeah, there we go. Something like that. And just follow the curve, bringing this whole thing down. I'll give you a bunch of pins. Oh, and you know what? I just thought of something too. All right. So then this All right, something like that. Yeah. All right. Then, when you get to this part, oh crap.
I'll help you pick them up.
That's all right. So when you get to this part here, this is an old piece of hardware, but this needs to be mounted to here.
Through the fabric?
Right through the fabric. And
Right
the thing
through
is
fabric.
that, see this? I'm sure you've seen stuff like
I'm
this
sure he
before.
has.
Yeah. So on this wooden frame, see this wooden frame right here, right through the fabric. And that's why I didn't want to do this, because I figured this should happen the time of the installation. Then if this plate got screwed right into here,
On the frame,
right
through the
on,
fabric.
right onto the frame, just screw this right into here. And then this would screw right back onto here. So this would screw right back on here, and then what this is going to do is this going to give this panel a projection. Okay? In here, in this little bag, are some pins that go through the hardware. This screws into here. And if you want to use both of them or not, that's up to you. But what this would do is then with this thing here, like this will help support this curtain panel. Okay?
So the curtain panel lays over the top of that?
It would lay over the top of it. Here, I'll show you now.
Okay.
Okay, now, let me just grab a couple more pins. All right. This then would pin back here like this, or however you want to do it. If you want to put a staple in it, I guess you could do that too. But I think just pinning it, it'll be fine. So anyway, see, this is all set. Behind these curtain panels then, I went ahead and I sewed rings through here. And I made a tie then that would thread through the curtain. All right. Jeez, how many did I put on here? All right. Almost. Here, like this. Okay, same thing.
So you just tie the tie and then you rest the curtain over the projection?
Right, see, so then,
The
like,
tie keeps the pleats in place.
right, the tie keeps the pleats in place. All these folds would come forward. This would get dressed forward this way. Then, underneath here, with all of this tied, like that, this guy here, after this is already screwed in there, sitting on here, this plate, basically then, you could actually even take and put these rings right on there. You see? What I did was
on the
on these posts. So, and it doesn't necessarily have to be all tied like that. Basically, the tie is just to hold everything together. So if you wanted to separate them, something like that, to support it, to make it stationary. And then she doesn't want to see this brass finial. It's just basically just to give this thing a projection. And then the whole thing just needs to get dressed so that all the folds drape over there. This then creates this cascade here and goes back against the wall.
Perfect.
Simple?
Simple.
Simple. And after that's done, that part there, that's if you want to do it that way. Or if you want to just take and tie it to the post, that's fine too.
This
you
is
know?
just what we were thinking.
Yes,
or
just what we
Sam
were
was
thinking.
when he made it.
You definitely need to pin this back panel to this arc to create this. Okay, here I'm going to just tie this now this way like this. Okay, like that. Like that. Here, let me just do this like this. Okay, there we go. Okay. Yeah, so that then this come like this. Like this, this. Where then this last little bit is just going to just sort of rest here on the floor. Okay, and then with that projection, this whole thing, you'll be able to dress it better after it's set in place. The only other thing you're going to need to do is then these side swags here, right up here. Okay, Polly, over here on the side. Okay, this right here, then you just need to just make this vertical here, and then this end needs to tuck back in here.
Oh.
You see? Then to create the curve, create the curve, create the curve. You see? Just to
Yeah,
make this
pretty.
round again, and then that will stay just like that. I can't imagine anybody's going to touch it. If you want to push another pin in there, go ahead. And this, of course, then gets centered in there.
Then,
Inside of here, the ceiling, I blocked it out with pieces of 2x2. And so then after this is all done, you get in underneath here. This shearing, all you have to do is just get on the other side of this shearing, drill a little hole, and screw this right into the wood blocking underneath here, where then this will just conceal all the hardware and everything. Can you see underneath here?
sort of.
Sort of like the
Yeah,
inside of a
well.
coffin.
Yeah. Not ours, of course.
How's that?
That's good.
Okay?
Beautiful. Perfect.
All right?
Thank you.